Hello, and thank you so much for your interest in an internship with WaterCitizen.org. We're a 501c3 organization based in Washington, D.C., although most of our work is done online or at live events that we produce. We empower water professionals and entrepreneurs to have the impact they want to have and be the leaders they want to be. Very important, of course, to have water with everything going on with the climate change and infrastructure and, anything related to sustainability. Water is a part of that picture, often very complex issues and policies and organizational structures and government contracts and agencies and all that. One of the things that we are working on right now, we have an event called WaterPitch. We started doing those last year with the EPA, the Water Startup Matching Extravaganza, and we're going to be going back again this year to Cincinnati and Washington, D.C. We are looking for interns to help us to pull those together. That is a full day of pitches by water startups, and in a wide array of different categories, those working with water and wastewater utilities, those working on really nasty waste from, oil and gas or food production or what have you. Those who are working with global wash and the poorest of the poor. Those working in the home with toilets and showers and things like that. So there's a wide range of different types of startups. We split them up into different categories, and they have an opportunity to pitch as well as to hear reverse pitches. So we're inviting a lot of folks from water utilities, often the directors of innovation or the water director for different industries that are high water use, high water impact industries, to say, what are the greatest water challenges? What are they looking for in terms of solutions? What kind of drivers, deadlines that are coming up on permitting or what have you, and then how startups can work with them. We also bring in investors, venture capitalists, angel groups. We bring in foundations that provide some early stage money, X Prize, things like that, federal funding. We also bring in accelerators and incubators and others, entrepreneur support organizations. We call them ecosystems of support. So we are looking for interns to help us to put together those events in both Cincinnati and DC, and produce all the materials to go with that online, the websites and the social media images and collateral and text and all that sort of thing. We are also looking for someone to do research, and most of this work can be done remotely if you are interested in doing a full-time internship here in DC and you have some funding to cover your housing costs and that sort of thing. We do not have the capacity to pay right now. We are happy to work with any programs there might be at your university to get funding to work with a nonprofit or to get academic credit. Most of this is something that you can do, put on your resume, get access to some top people in the industry, so that if you are interested in looking for a job later, for example, many of our interns have gone on to get hired by either a startup or an agency or a venture capitalist firm or something like that, because of the connections they made and the knowledge that they gained in working with us. So the research internship, this is something that we are looking to do some initial research with an intern that could turn into a published paper. It also could be the basis for us to then go on and get some additional funding or writing a grant or something like that on down the line. But right now, what we're looking for is someone to help us pull together a really comprehensive database of every single accelerator that is focused on water, every single investor that is focused on water or climate or deep tech or diverse founders. We are very much committed to ensuring that we bring diverse founders and funders. This is not something we see very often in the water space. Just for a little background, usually when there are innovations in water and people understand the technologies and have access to labs and maker spaces and things like that, It usually comes out of big research universities. Advances in water, water technologies and things usually come out of research universities or out of the utilities, in-house research, or big corporations will do their own in-house research, and, turn that into a product. And in some cases, whoever developed that might have the opportunity to spin that out into their own startup where they've already done the initial research, right? And so, it's not easy to get into this field. But about 15 years ago or so, maybe 20 years, as people started recognizing that this climate change stuff was really a thing, that the pressures on our water and wastewater utilities and other water systems, the private sector companies signing the CEO water mandate, or the water utilities coming to Washington and say, hey, it takes us time to innovate, to incorporate innovations into our systems, to get the permitting done, to get the fundraising done, to get the bonds passed, or whatever it is they need to do in order to get innovations incorporated into their systems. We need to start now. We need to have more innovation. So EPA, U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, actually created a program in Cincinnati, which is why we started our programs in Cincinnati with the EPA labs and University of Cincinnati and another group called WaterPitch out of Europe. But at any rate, they formed, under the leadership of Sally Gutierrez, they formed the Water Technology Innovation Cluster Program in 2011, of creating sort of these little Silicon Valleys of water in different parts of the country, all over the US. There's others who have followed that model around the world. And these provide, like a water technology center or something for Milwaukee or Chicago or Las Vegas, or, there's just a number of these all over the place. In 2018, that program went away. So EPA was no longer doing that program. They handed it off to a water industry association that hasn't really done very much with it. There is still a focus on innovation in the water space, but now you have these big technology firms that are kind of running things, right? So they want to buy very late stage startups, so you don't get late stage startups without also supporting early and growth stage startups. So we've started convening these WaterPitch water startup matching extravaganza events, brings everyone together. And in putting that together, we really want to create a comprehensive list of those water utilities and industries and other clients that are actively looking for water innovations, that often they have a chief innovation officer or a director of innovation, right? So we're looking for all of those. We're looking for all the accelerators, incubators, funders, federal funding programs. Want to get that comprehensive list going. We have a lot of leads and information that we can hand off to the intern, and then to have that together as, have a set description of each one, maybe links to websites, images, those sorts of things, logos. So we're looking for an intern who can pull all of that together for us. And like I said, in the process, you're going to learn a heck of a lot. So if you're interested in entrepreneurship, and especially in the climate and sustainability and water space, if you are interested in working in water science, if you've got a background in science and engineering or environmental science, if you've got a background in policy and economics and some of the other related issues, if you're interested in entrepreneurship, we love working with athletes. I used to be an athlete and a coach, and my direction style does tend to be very direct. I'm not going to coddle our interns. I say, look, this is what we need, and this is wrong. You got to fix it. You got to do it this way. So you need to be able to very quickly, respond to those sorts of feedback and not need a lot of hand holding. I'm here for any questions you may have. If I'm not busy or whatever, I can get back to you as fast as I can. We can always have, set up Zoom calls. But I'm gonna let you know, this is what we need done. Go ahead and try it. If you have questions or if it's not done right, I'll let you know, and then you can fix it for next time. And that's just the way it goes. And if you have opportunities to get funding, like I said, through your university, or opportunities to get academic credit, you need to be take ownership of that and take the responsibility of making sure that I get all the information. I won't be doing that for you. But we are happy to work with the university to get that together. Yeah, so this is a fantastic opportunity. And like I said, we've had a lot of great successes with our past interns. And we look forward to hearing from you soon. So go ahead and click the button below. There's actually two buttons. One is for you to fill out a little application and just let us know that you're interested. And then also to set up an interview, and then we'll request an interview and we'll have a conversation. And if it looks like it's going to work out, we'll find a time for you to work with us remotely. And again, if you are interested in possibly doing something in person here in DC, let me know. And again, you need to have some other way to support yourself, since we're not in a position to be able to pay for our interns. But the access, the knowledge that you're going to gain, I think you're going to find as invaluable. And hopefully we'll hear from you soon. Thank you.